Welcome to this week's Twinflame Soulmate Love Reading. Oh dear. Kind of dark in here today. I'm doing the reading a lot later than I normally would. So you guys are seeing me very much in the dark today. All right, so let's get on this reading. It's been a really rough week for everybody that I know has been in a relationship, and most definitely twin flame relationships that aren't coming to a higher union. Ones that still have a lot of karma and issues to work on are having an extremely hard time right now. I've seen almost every twin flame relationship I've heard break down right now in one way or another. If you were in union, the union is being broken. And there's been a lot of retrogrades, and we just got through a full moon in Scorpio with all of these retrogrades. And that has caused a lot of things that people were feeling and hurting about to come to the surface. And like I said, a great deal of twin flames have broken down this week. The last few weeks really has been a major, massive breakdown. I do feel good things coming, and everything does seem completely and extremely bleak and beyond hope and beyond repair. It really does for a lot of people right now. I've seen despair and lack of hope everywhere I looked. I've really had a lot of people coming to me with a lot of pain that they're in right now. So if you're going through that, understand you are probably not the only one. There's a lot of people dealing right now. Okay, so let's get started. Past, present, near future, distant future, clarification. I'm going to lay down all the cards before I really get to reading. It's just kind of my style. I hope no matter what you're going through, you're having a bright, blessed day. What I do know is that all the divine feminines I'm talking to, because, separation with twin flames is pretty inevitable for a lot of them. Not all of them, of course, but a lot of them. With a lot of the divine feminines that I'm talking to, man, they're coming to a real place of acceptance and understanding of what's going on and just allowing whatever needs to come or go. Like I'm in a super content, comfortable place of allowing just whatever needs to happen. I'm perfectly okay with. It doesn't matter to me if, at this point, if union comes or does not, I'm okay. And I'm finding a lot of divine feminines after the initial shock and pain wear off, ones that have been through this process for a while, most especially, are just coming to a point they're like, it's okay. I just accept whatever does happen, whatever doesn't happen. Okay. Past, present, near future, distant future, clarification. I see this right here, and it's the Magician upside down. It looks to me, what's this stuff growing on here? I feel like putting these little cards down first, but then they get hidden by the big cards, but I still feel like putting them in the little cards first. I need more tarot card bags for my tarot cards. I need more tarot cards. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decks I use. I want more. I just want to have lots of cards to just, throw out. I need 5 more decks. Tarot card reader can never have enough cards. 5 of Swords upside down confirms it. No, it doesn't. I just feel like the divine feminine is in a place of, you know, it's fine. It's okay. Everything's all good. If you don't love me and you can't accept me for who I am because you are still dealing with your past traumas and hurts, even though you're telling me it's just me dealing with traumas and hurts, perfectly okay, because I love me and I know I'm yummy. My cat just wanted to say hello to everyone. Yep, that is just what happened to me. And the last deck will be these. We're doing all 5 decks today. Oh, I'm tired. I'm really tired today. Hello, I think. Oh gosh, we got the 5 of Wands a couple of times. Oh gosh. And it's because you guys get back together that there is going to have to be some clearing out of people that were karmic. Last deck, then I'll lay down the Angel Oracle cards and the Lover Oracle cards. So first the Lover Oracle cards, I think. Takes me a while to get these all shuffled. I'm sorry it takes so long. Maybe I have to find a more efficient approach to get these cards laid down. My cat is just really making a lot of noise. Say hello, Adina. Feeling like only put down 3 of these. And got our Angel Oracles, and then we're done. Okay, so I need to find more efficiency with this. My cat agrees. Okay, almost done. So, like I explained before, we have had a full moon in Scorpio with all of the retrogrades. It's just bringing up a lot of stuff that needs truth and healing. And I felt like a lot of divine feminines were confronting divine masculines because I'm really feeling like I'm feeling soulmate energy here too. There was a breakdown on a lot of stuff recently. And I mean, every union that I know that is twin flame at this moment had something happen with some form of separation. Okay. Okay. All right. So the Fool. So recently, with a lot of the breakdowns that happened, the divine feminine, what I feel like happened with the divine feminine is she stood up and she said, I'm taking a leap of faith here, and I'm going to stand strong and in my power, and I'm going to confront issues head on. I feel like we've come to a place of more stability, and I feel like that we've come to a place where we can be more honest with each other instead of you bolting every time you get afraid. And she laid out on the table exactly how she felt and exactly what was going on with her. And this happened with a lot of divine feminines I know. And she had the strength to stand in her power and do that. And she's standing in her strength and power still. But because of her, but because of standing in her strength, he ran. He definitely ran. The divine masculine, the runner ran. And this was because of, and we've got the Queen of Pentacles, this was because of a karmic situation. And I see that the karmic situation was that they picked the karmic situation over your union because they are comfortable in their karmic situation, because they are comfortable in their situations. Like what I see is that the person that they could have left you for is not like someone from the past, but someone that reminds them very much of someone from the past. They're holding on to this need to heal and be loved by gaining the acceptance and recognition of someone that reminds them of a past loved one or a past lover. Through this person isn't the past lover, but they remind them of such. And this person may have been an ongoing karmic secret lover. So yeah, there was definitely the divine feminine feeling comfortable enough to stand up and face the truth, and then kind of told, you know what, I'm glad you felt comfortable, but I am not at a place where I'm able to have a mature enough response to you that I don't run. So the maturity level, like she was at a different level of perception than him. And what ended up happening is he ran. He chose a lower density state, a lower density way of being over working through issues and traumas. And I feel like there was two different perspectives going on. I feel like what happened with her is she was seeing the perspective of this is how this is bothering me and hurting me. And he was seeing the perspective of, but this is what I'm willing to do and willing not to do. And he was coming from a place of, I'm not willing to do it because I feel as if I shouldn't have to change anything I am. And she was saying, but I feel I'm being disrespected. And the divine masculine was giving a lot more than previously. And that's where you're in the place now with Four of the Cups. He was giving, the divine masculine energy was given a lot more than previously. But to her, to the person, he was not giving everything that he should have been. He was giving more, but not everything that he should have been. And it caused a gigantic breakdown that is being felt by a lot right now. This is recently that this happened, the picking. And it's causing a lot of turmoil, but the turmoil actually, and we've got this in the near future too, is causing this turmoil, this breakdown in all the twin flame relationships is causing the DM, or if you are the runner, to have to confront and face their behavior patterns, who they are and how they are, so that they can work on and fix these issues. Now we've got the Lovers card. You guys are getting back together, no matter how bleak it looks right now. They're coming back, no matter how bleak it looks right now. And it does look really bleak for a lot of people. There's been several people I've talked to. They're just completely devastated by what's going on. The divine feminine, like I said again, feels really disrespected and feels really unheard. And the divine masculine feels forced and feels like they shouldn't have to give more. And this, and in the divine masculine, I'm seeing right now, collectively, that the reason why they don't want to have to give more is because they felt like they gave enough in past relationships, and they don't want to have to feel vulnerable in any other relationships, especially one that is really, really high vibrational. And if they open up and give more in a high vibrational, bigger relationship, they stand to lose more. Some of the mental illnesses coming up as something that needs to be healed, karmics, past stuff from the past lives, past stuff like that. Divine masculine needing validation from like mother figures or past lovers, and seeing that in current karmic situations that are friends that they are in love with, or lovers that they're trying to return to, that this is a karmic situation. There is a lot of healing going on for feminine and masculine, but I feel like what the feminine is doing is being very accepting. Just like, I accept this, no matter what comes of this, I completely and totally accept this, and I'm okay. I'm just okay with no matter what needs to happen, how it needs to happen, regardless of what ends up happening here. So like I said, I do see a great deal of unions again. I do see a lot of twin flames and soulmates, higher vibrational soulmates coming back together. But because they come back together, because there was a big fallout this last time because of everything going on energetically and with the planets and things, it's going to cause a lot of family issues, right? I feel like you told someone that you were together with this person, and they immediately went to work trying to break down the relationship immediately. So this person is going to confront you. There's going to be a lot of confronting going on when they hear that you're talking to your counterpart again, because all of this stuff is really hard, so that we have to come into a place where we are healing ourselves in more union. So the Knight of Swords rushes in and says, no, I'm sorry, no, you are not going to tell me who I can and can't be with, right? And there's going to be a couple of times of conflict. There's going to be quite a lot of conflict that happens because of this, but there is a lot of balance coming in because of this. This brings a lot of balance. And I see 5 karmic situations, energies, mindsets, one of each, leaving when this union occurs again. This last moon and these retrogrades have been so healing, so incredibly healing. It's bringing things up to the surface you didn't even know was there. But it brings a great deal of balance in the 3D from the 5D. So the Magician, the Ace of Wands upside down, Judgment, Page of Swords, and Ace of Swords. So the Magician in the distant future, toward the end of this week, means that all the elements will be ripe to bring a lot of growth and fruitfulness to this relationship. It just depends on the party right now, whether they will come forward. I feel like a lot will come forward. But it's not something new being started. This is someone that you've already been with, that you're going to come back to. But there is going to have to be a lot of talks and a lot of resolution, and people coming to a place where they are compromising with each other. The Page of Swords says this will be difficult. But the Ace of Swords says, as long as you protect yourself against any abusive stuff from each other, you guys will be able to talk about this. You will be able to talk about this. It will be something that you'll be able to do to come to talk and compromise. There just needs to be more growth and maturity on both sides to be able to do this in a healthy, mature way. Many of the divine feminines are walking away for good, though. So understand that. 5 of Swords. Again, there's just been so much conflict recently with the planets, with the moons. And I've got the 2 of Pentacles here again. It's just going to bring a great deal of balance. 2 of Swords. This is all clarification here. Is talking about, having to choose. And the great thing is, a lot of the divine masculines, a lot of the runners, a lot of the karmic situations, they are going to choose their divine counterpart. And they were going to have to work through a lot of the pain that they've been in, a lot of the places that they've caused pain. But they're going to choose the higher vibration. It's not like it used to be. I mean, in the past, the divine masculine usually chose, you know, the karmic situation over everything because it was comfortable, because it was happy, you know, all of that. These are not situations that occur as much anymore. The divine masculine themselves came to a more mature level, a more committed level. And they're starting to realize that with their divine feminine, they have a soul mission and a soul purpose to work through and on, and they need to be doing that. So don't be surprised if you're the one that's finally picked, because the divine feminine has done so much healing. The divine masculine is naturally choosing their divine counterpart, even if it didn't look like in the first place. These conflicts had to come up so that both parties could find a lot of healing. Embrace through each other. You find the missing pieces. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. And emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So in order for you guys to work together, you guys are going to find everything you need by talking together and working together. Deep in your heart, you already know what's going on and why the divine feminine is really understanding why the divine masculine is acting like they are. I mean, she's asking him to change, but she understands why there's so much resistance from him, because, you know, this is something that he's comfortable with. This is something he's comfortable doing, and he's not necessarily ready to give up his old life to live in a higher place, a higher view, a higher emotion. And she's accepting that. So I mean, there's no resentment and hate here on the divine feminine part, as far as I can see from a lot of them. They're just going, okay, I accept things as they are. Okay, so moving on to the angel oracle cards. Assertiveness. This situation can be healed gently and with love, as you requested. Yet there's also a need for your strength and truthfulness with the other people involved. We will stand right behind you and speak your truth, giving you strength and guiding your words. So the divine feminine needs to be able to come back to the situation that caused the breakdown in the first place between the divine masculine and feminine, and with the truth. And she needs to be as assertive as he needs to be. So there needs to be assertiveness on both parts with respect. And the respectful assertiveness needs to come from a place of true understanding of the other's pain. You know, the divine feminine just sees this as, you should be doing this because I'm worth it. And the divine masculine sees this as, but you're asking me to give up stuff that I really love. And part of that love is things that aren't exactly healthy for the divine masculine or the runner. Could be the divine feminine, like this. And the divine feminine sees that, but the divine masculine might not necessarily see that. The ocean. The deep blue sea speaks to your soul, healing and soothing you. The ocean is about emotion. Even the act of imagining yourself dipping into the healing womb brings the desired effect. Better yet, spend time physically near the ocean. Allow its power and beauty to wash all cares and concerns away. So a lot of healing, like assertiveness through healing, emotions. Here's what I see. Opportunity to forgive. The situation brings the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Hold the intention of seeing the other person's divine inner light and goodness. We will help you release unforgiving thoughts, feelings, and energies and lift you to a higher place of peace and compassion. So this situation, what all of this healing is about, is reaching a higher level of peace and compassion within yourself so that you can see it, feel it, and have it for others, especially your divine counterpart. Be patient and gentle, because as bleak as things look, it's as beautiful as it's going to end up being. Thank you for joining me for this week's reading. Have a bright, blessed day.